I use two return metrics to answer two questions. Question 1, what is the market rate of return for this property? Here I use the cap rate. The cap rate helps to ensure that I only buy properties that generate a return above the market average, helping to ensure that I get a good price. Question 2, how much cash do I need to generate after all outgoings? Here I use net cash on cash return, which helps to ensure that I only buy properties that make sense given my personal financial situation, hopefully leaving me with some cash on the table. Looking more closely at cap rate, what is it? The cap rate, also known as capitalisation rate, is net operating income, or rent less all revenue expenses, but before finance costs, all divided by capital employed, which is the total invested. For new investments, the total invested includes all purchase and renovation costs. For existing investments, it is the market valuation. If you know the cap rate, you can set a price limit so as to reduce the chance of overpaying. Dividing net operating income by the cap rate gives that price. However, you should note that this is not the market price, but just the price that a property is worth as a rental. So the question is, how do you set a cap rate benchmark? Personally, I try to work out cap rates for similar rental properties. I then consider interest rates. As mortgage rates rise, a rational investor can get a higher rate of return in other types of investment and will expect a higher rate of return, and so should you. With mortgage rates of over 5% in mid-2023, it's hard to make a return on borrowed funds, and if you have cash, you may find better returns elsewhere. Why use net cash on cash? It's the cash in your pocket that counts. After all, what else matters? Net cash on cash levels the playing field, enabling comparisons with other types of investments. This is required because buy-to-let faces a harsh tax regime. Ignoring tax gives undue bias in favour of buy-to-let. Many buy-to-let investors have the opportunity to invest through low tax wrappers such as ISAs and pensions. Thus, net cash on cash assists us in making comparisons between buy-to-let and other forms of investment. Net cash on cash is quite simply cash received divided by cash invested. Cash received is after all expenses, tax and interest. Cash invested for new deals includes all costs to make a property rentable. Cash invested for existing properties is the estimated sale proceeds after all sale expenses. In both new and existing cases, it's the owner's cash invested, excluding any loans or mortgages. Do others fully load tax into their calculations? No. Why not? These are possible answers. They don't understand tax. It's a personal matter. Everyone faces a different tax situation. They can't be bothered because tax is effort. It's very unflattering. If a person were selling property training or deal sourcing, would they not do more deals if they promoted high single-digit returns rather than low single-digit returns? How I use net cash on cash. I set a benchmark based on the best alternative uses of funds, whether that be property or other types of investment. Net cash on cash focuses my mind on the key variables. I can quickly appreciate the impact of changes in variables such as mortgage rates, tax and loan to value. I do not buy unless I can achieve my benchmark. With two upcoming refinancings, I check the estimated post-refinance net cash on cash at current interest rates. Both failed badly and will actually hemorrhage cash post-refinance. As I am in Scotland in 2023, there is very little I can do to increase rents, so there will be a tough choice to be made.